Hi everyone, it's Derek from the iReady podcast here, and this is my reaction to the 1-0 victory against Hibs in the Premiership tonight. An absolutely massive 3 points for us tonight, absolutely. It was always going to be a difficult place to go to. It certainly was that. The pitch was an absolute tatty field. It was the same for both teams, but the way we play our football, it kind of affected that. But we overcame it. It wasn't the prettiest of games, but there's been quite a few like that so far this year, and it's about grinding the results out. And I've said it before, doesn't matter how we get the 3 points as long as we get them. But potentially controversial circumstances, which we'll get onto, but we were certainly by far the better team overall. Hibs were dangerous going forward, but they fizzled out, and our defence done the job as they normally do as well, which is always great to see. One change from the Ross County game where Jack came in for Hadji. Maybe unfair on Hadji because he had came onto a game, he was the creative spark, and Jack obviously starting, and he slotted right in there absolutely perfectly, and he was running the show along with Kamara. Both of them tonight were outstanding, I felt. First half though wasn't the greatest of halves. A lot of possession, some nice passage or play, but doing absolutely nothing with it. And again, the front line were, I wouldn't say letting us down at this stage, but they were being very passive. They were not direct enough. There was a definite missing link again between the midfield and the attack, and everything was just breaking down. It's not as if Hibs were playing ultra defensively either. We were passing very well on occasion. There was some great interplay. There was some great passes or play, which was remarkable considering, as I said, the pitch was an absolute tatty field. But on other occasions, our passing was dreadful and we couldn't string two passes together. There was no creativeness in the final third. There was no outlets down the flanks either. It seemed to be that we're channeling everything through the middle, which you sometimes need to vary it if it's not working out. Maybe that was the way Hibs were playing, just stopping us getting down the flanks, but there was a lack of crossing in, and maybe that was our tactics as well. Controversial moment though on the 17th minute with Morelos once again, and he had a little nudge on Porteous on the edge of the Hibs box. The referee gave the foul, and as Morelos was clambering over Porteous, who was on the deck at this point, Morelos did appear to stamp on him. We've all seen the video replays, because I think there's been about 40 million of them already throughout the game, throughout Sky, throughout online social media as well. I'll talk about that in a minute, but once again, Morelos putting ourselves and the referee in a position where he makes a decision. Now, we don't know at this stage if the referee is going to put that in his report and saying he's seen it and he didn't deem it to be anything untoward, or if he's completely missed it or what, but it really makes no odds, because we've seen clearly that even if a referee deals with a decision and the compliance officer wants to pick it up, then she certainly will do, and I can just see the narrative already being written. Morelos had sorted himself out for a good portion of this season, and once again he's let the team and himself down. Tonight we could have been down to incidents like that. We've all seen them being given as a red card, we've all seen them being given as a yellow card, we've all seen them not being given at all. It's one of these things, but you can't put the referee in that position and give him the opportunity to make that decision. In a very crucial game tonight, we could have been down to 10 men with 70 minutes of the game still to be played, and it's not acceptable in the slightest. So we need to wait and see what happens there. I don't see again how, if it does get picked up in the compliance officer, how it can be defended. I can't understand anyone who's trying to defend his actions there. On the flip side of that though, I obviously wasn't watching Sky, I was watching RTV, but apparently Crocker and Walker were going on and on and on about it. There was constant talk about it at half time. No doubt there'll be full-time talk about it as well. The actions of our players completely get disproportionately talked about in the media compared with any other team, and it's just a fact that's no up for debate that anymore, the way that they went on about it. Online on Twitter, the Red Tops had videos of it within 10 minutes of the incident happening and wanting a discussion about it. This is what we're up against, so the players have to be mindful of this, and we do get disproportionately reported on, and you've got to say, well, he's once again made a referee make a decision. Whether he's seen it or not is another story, but it's not good enough. And obviously with him scoring later on as well, it's going to amplify that as well. But anyway, first half, as I said, wasn't the greatest, but second half we came out the traps a lot better, and we were a lot more positive, a lot more forward, a lot more direct, actually taking opportunities. Granted, mind you, in the 48th minute, it was a great piece of play by Davis, and in the box, all he had to do was shoot and at least make the keeper make a save, and just nobody wanted to shoot, which was annoying. However, we got the goal on the 50th minute with Morelos scoring. Davis digs the ball out in midfield, he drives it forward, he passes to the right side at the touchline and finds Morelos, who passed it back to Tavernier to make space. Morelos at this point starts to drift towards the goal. A couple of quick passes inside. The ball was then fed to Morelos in the box, who takes a touch and then slots it back home. It's just a fantastic goal all round, and you notice Morelos was instrumental in the whole move in the first place. Davis, though, was brilliant robbing the ball as well. Brilliant. Then it was really all us from then on. Hibs really never had any chances. Any time they did try and get up the park quickly, but everything was really snuffed out. I can't remember McGregor really having much to do. Morelos had a good few other chances as well. He should have buried at least two of them. There was one point when the ball was lofted over the top of the defence, and he got himself in space, in box. He had plenty of time, and the ball did seem to take an age to come down. But Morelos taking a touch and tried to switch feet, and the defender came in and robbed them. He had another chance as well where the ball was crossed in from the left hand side. Aribo got a flick on, it falls to Morelos at the back post in an empty net almost, and all he had to do was put it on target and it was in. But it did take a right wee bad bobble off the pitch and it put him off, and he ballooned it well wide. So he could have had 2 or 3 tonight, but we'll need to settle for his one. Morelos came off on the 72nd minute, Roof came on, Jack came off on the 79th minute, Zungu came on, in the 82nd minute, Aribo off and hitting on. Everybody played their part tonight. Aribo, it was a difficult game for him. There was again some passes of great playing and some he just couldn't control the ball. I think the pitch played into the way he played tonight as well, but notable mentions especially for Jack and Kamara tonight. They were outstanding. Davis as well, got to say, they were brilliant. As I said, the only problem was tonight I felt that the front line were either dropping too deep and there was nobody in there. There was almost a breakdown, to be honest, between the midfield and the front line. But as I said, we got the 3 points. It doesn't matter how we done it, we got the 3 points. I'm sure there'll be a lot of media coverage about Morelos should have been on the pitch or not when he ended up scoring. I really don't care. That's a discussion for another time. The referee made the decision in the game, and these things, go for you sometimes, as they keep saying. So, given Celtic won tonight, that's still 14-point gap. They've got 2 games in hand. We do have a break now, though, and that we don't play until next Wednesday, where that's away to St Johnstone. It's another 8 o'clock kickoff, so we've got a lot of time to recuperate, work on our tactics, see if we can get anything better with the front line. So Dave and I will probably be back with a podcast at some point before that game, not too sure when, but as ever you can go to our website at ireadypodcast.wordpress.com and you can find all our previous podcasts and match reactions. So thanks for listening and goodbye.